so much.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Very grateful you visiting us and making time.
It's for you to sincerely thank to make room and time for me. I guess you're busy, of course, particularly since May, June, actually, when you resumed on TV. Congratulations on your
Thank you.
election. You know the place, of course, but it was, we tried with Melanie to follow all the needs of the veterans, and it's an important aspect of my job as diplomat, also to understand the political situation, and of course, following your election carefully.
Thank you. We're very grateful to the people of Manila bringing us back in the office. And I'm happy that one of our former congressmen in the city is now the head of our tourism, Director Crystal Pagaching. Her grandfather used to be our mayor, longest mayor ever in the city for almost 20 years, yeah, almost 20 years. And nowadays we have a limited time with the term limit. I think the maximum that we can stay is 9 years straight. Although you can go back,
Exactly, you can always go back.
as long as the people wanted you. But in normal cases, 9 years maximum. Before, when I was a councilor, 9 years councilor, 9 years vice mayor, mayor. So how do you find the country so far?
Well, you know, I've been posted here already during 2 years. I arrived 2 years ago, and I was telling you, tourism, that it was, I don't know, maybe a coincidence or not, that I paid my first official courtesy visit to the mayor of Manila 2 years after I arrived, because it's you being in office. I mean, I feel really blessed to be posted in your country. It's of course really nice to be welcomed by the people, so hospitable, so nice, warm, and plus in the context of political will to partner more with European countries like my country. So we have already a long-standing relationship between France and the Philippines. I think it's 70 years of official diplomatic relations, but over the couple of years it's been really more intense, and we wish to do more. So that's why, of course, it's really important for me to not only talk to the government, but also, of course, the most important representative of NGOs and Manila, one very important one.
Oh, that's good. Nowadays, it's challenging days for each and every one of us in the country with the situation. But so far, I think everyone is doing okay. The economy is not that bad.
I was just talking to our dear ambassador if it's possible to partner with the French embassy for Fête de la Musique, because they do this every year. It's a music. From what I understand, it's also a music festival that you do. But you do it everywhere. But you used to do it once upon a time here in Manila.
It's every year, every June 2021, all over the world, in my country, in France, but also all over the world. We wish to celebrate music, and in my country, basically, it's anyone can play music and sing. Just go in the street, and this is a really popular fête. Here in the Philippines, it's one of the most successful fête de la musique I have ever seen. You know, your skills in singing and music is unbeatable. So.
That's why I know we're okay, as long as there's karaoke.
and it's been all over the country, fête de la musique. So you know, it's not only my country.
Oh, okay.
Not at all. And if it was not in Manila this year, we will make sure that we can organize with you, because it's really popular.
You have to partner with you.
Sa street din gagawin, or a place of music hall.
It can be
Whatever you want to be, but But this year, for example, it was in Makati, it was next to the embassy in Ayala Triangle.
Okay.
We had a scene, we had French and Filipino singers performing, but it was also in Cebu, it was also in Bacolod, it was also in Nido, and in many places also in Metro Manila. So it's organized together with French Embassy and also our French Cultural Center, which is the annual process.
Yes.
And make sure we can connect so you can partner and even enjoy the music.
Maybe you want to see and try the newly restored Metropolitan Theater. Yes. I don't know. I'm not really sure about it. There is a portion in Metropolitan Theater designed by a French person. May wall doon na parang natagpuan or was discovered. Kasi it's an Art Deco theater. It was revived a few years ago during my first term with the national government. And now it's being utilized for live performance and some activities. It's a very good hall, music hall. Very beautiful. Done by our one of our national artists. And I think, patanong mo ngayon, why don't you ask the NCCA? There is, I think, it's either French or Italian, either. There's a foreign guy who created something in the sa harapan sa may
You were mentioning the national context. Of course, I cannot but ask because you have to help me do my job of understanding the political dynamic. What's going on?
It's so dynamic.
It is for us. Never bored about trying to understand your political.
Well, politically it's fluid nowadays, but I, for one, would always seek for stability more than anything else. There is always time for politics, and there is time for service. And if there's one good thing about our system is we continue to elect through democratic way our officials. And I'm very happy and proud of it being a Filipino. We continue to enjoy that kind of rights. But, you know, as we progress with our service, there is what you call occupational hazards. And accusation, counter-accusation against a person or agencies. It happens also in the world, some part of the world. But with regard to this particular season, it's because I may call it season, not only a situation, but season because it's been an ongoing incident for the past so many weeks after the typhoon incident. I think in a good way. I'm looking at it, sun will shine again in the country because of this uncertainties. We will learn a lot of lessons. The people, the government, the agencies, and way forward, which I'm a believer, always going forward, and not to create the same mistakes from the past. I would rather have a stable community with peace of mind, and make those people held liable if they are committed under the rule of law, not by men. I really don't like that because the bigger picture of uncertainty is it's like opening a Pandora's box. I've seen it in Somalia, I've seen it in Syria. Si Gaddafi, Libya, for that matter. You see, when people take the law, on their hands, it creates more chaos and destabilize.
And that's something very right to mention. Democracy and human rights and the political values we do have in common. And it's very dear to our hearts to promote and also to protect those values, because we live in a time and in a time of world where there is a lot of uncertainty and a lot also of those values being contested. So it's, of course, in the region particularly, you're really a reliable partner regarding democracy and the rule of law. That's why also we always stand with the Philippines as regards international law and international law of the sea, for example, considering the number of incidents you may face in South China Sea. So it's true that it always has to be reminded that we are very much like in partners. So you're confident that there is no risk of destabilization for your country regarding the...
That's what I'm hoping for.
You're hoping for.
And I'm, in our own little way, in one of those corners of this country, that there is still leader, or maybe a lot of us would always think of, I think I would rather have that path to peace, or peaceful means, instead of taking advantage of the situation and to gain only political interests. Because, you know, for so many instances, not all the time, but most of the time, it's only the end result is only change of hands, not change of system. And nobody can deny what happened in the past, this type of incident. And that will stunt our growth economically, and the reflection of our country to the world. It's hard to earn trust and confidence to the international community for them to invest and come to the country with uncertainties.
That's for sure. When I listen to the French companies who gain more and more interest in the Philippines, because indeed the fabulous growth rate, the population, I mean, when we start looking at your country, we see enormous potential that you have, and you will be a very top one country in the future. So we have to invest in your country. But when I talk to the French companies or European investors, that's something that's really always really important for investment stability.
Yes.
And unfortunately, they sometimes prefer to invest in some countries where there is less democracy but more stability, which is not a good way either. So we have to find the way to show that democracy can get along quite well with stability, certainty, and there are other aspects also very important for investors. I know very well the cost of energy is often a problem, but certainty and stability is of course very important.
And that's very important for me as one of 1,600 local chief executive, just for me, for my people in the city, and we're the window of the country. While I respect right to express themselves, but there is a level of discipline needs to be practiced by individuals when they're expressing themselves publicly. But no, I'm looking forward that there will be better days.
So what would you predict for those better days? What
It's just,
in the coming months or years for the country?
The problem is more political and some negligence of we still have a judicial system who is running perfectly. We still have the last bastion of Filipino people, which is the Senate. and local government units running their business or responsibility. Actually, we have to help each other. We may have different political ideologies, but at the end of the day, one thing is common: public service. We must and must do public service. That's the purpose of government. I mean, basic for me. Since time immemorial, no matter what form is that. There are so many forms, but government should work for the people.
You put, for example, health very high on your political agenda. We've seen, Eleni, you were analyzing this is one of the most important aspects for the citizens to have access to health system.
I'm an MBN guy. Minimum basic needs: healthcare, housing, education, and jobs. That's my topmost priority in terms of utilization of government funds. Others are umami. Open green space, we need this, traffic, peace and order, cleanliness. But big chunk of our resources are being driven towards MBN, addressing MBN, the quality of life. That's what I'm after.
What would be your main projects for the next 3 years? Have you identified?
We continue to build and reinforce our hospital, and we are now the largest, if I may put that in right perspective. We are now the largest city, which is the largest healthcare provider for our people for free. 44 health centers, 6 hospitals, now it's 7 hospitals. We just opened a new one, the one that we built during my first term, but it was not open for the last 3 years. So when I came in, open it, and we just had our 4th patient, third successful patient with our newly opened cath lab for angiogram, because we are pursuing the angioplastic procedure later on. Yeah, we have a machine for that. We bought it during my first term, but it was not operated in the last 3 years. So, and I assume through the help also of the National Government Hospital with regard to training and professional healthcare, individuals helping us, training us. Now we are towards to the next step, which is the bigger step, which is conducting angioplasty. It is the first in the country run and operated by local government. We have that in Heart Center, we have that in PGH. Now, it is the only local government who operates cath lab. They have also in the private. Makati Med, mga mayayamang St. Luke's. But I'm very happy so far. Worth the investment for our people. Now it's being utilized for free, and they're getting it for free. And angioplasty is going to be free also. Yep. So that we always, it's already given to give free for the poor. Now I'm going to go further, wherein trying to embrace the middle class. The middle class often save money for future reference, like health and growth. But chances are, in case of emergency, the middle class spend their money, hard-earned savings, for a better health care through private hospitals. But with this type of facilities, MRI, CT scan, cath lab, so the middle class now can say, oh no, I'll just go to hospital ng Maynila because they have a facility there. And they're gonna get it for free. So they're gonna save a lot of money. So we address the poor. Now we're going further to the middle class. the hardworking middle class.